All right, Yankees Nation, buckle up because things are heating up in the Bronx. And today we've got breaking news that's shaking the entire baseball world. But before we dive into it, make sure you're locked in because what's happening right now could change the entire outlook of our outfield heading into the next season. This isn't just another off-season rumor. This is one of those moves that can define the next few years for the New York Yankees. We're talking about the front office taking a massive gamble that's got everyone from fans to analysts raising their eyebrows. The Yankees have officially extended a qualifying offer to Trent Grisham, a move worth $22,025,000 for one season. Yeah, you heard that right. $22 million on the table for a player who, not too long ago, wasn't even expected to be a key starter. Now, he's suddenly the center of attention, and the big question is, what's the plan? For those who haven't been following closely, this move didn't come out of nowhere. Grisham's 2025 season was nothing short of remarkable. He went from being a fourth outfielder to one of the most important offensive players on the roster. He wasn't just filling in, he was taking over games. With 34 home runs and a 129 weighted runs created plus, Grisham wasn't just productive. He was elite. His numbers placed him among the top 3 center fielders in all of baseball, and the way he was driving the ball showed this wasn't some lucky hot streak. His barrel percentage hit a career high, his exit velocity jumped, and every advanced metric out there confirmed that this was the real deal. Grisham had transformed himself into a power threat with the kind of consistency the Yankees have been craving. Now, here's where things get interesting. The qualifying offer puts the decision squarely in Grisham's hands. He's got until November 18th to decide whether to take the deal or test the open market. On one side, he could stay in pinstripes, enjoy a massive salary bump, and try to repeat his breakout year. On the other, he could bet on himself, step into free agency, and see if another team is willing to pay even more for his services. It's a high-stakes moment for both sides, and you can bet the Yankees front office is holding its breath. The qualifying offer is a calculated move, part strategy, part insurance policy. If Grisham accepts, they've got another year of power and production in center field. If he walks, the Yankees get a compensatory draft pick in return. Either way, there's a plan, but the execution could make or break their outfield depth for 2026. But there's a twist. By attaching a qualifying offer, the Yankees have effectively set a price tag that might scare off some suitors. Any team that signs him would have to give up a high draft pick and lose $1 million from their international bonus pool. That's not a small penalty, and it might be enough to thin out his market. It's a subtle but smart move from the Yankees. If other teams hesitate, it increases the odds that Grisham stays put. However, if he still decides to walk, the Yankees will need to move quickly because replacing that kind of offensive output isn't easy. You don't just stumble upon a player who can hit 30-plus home runs and hold his own defensively in center field. The free agent market this winter doesn't exactly offer many appealing alternatives either. Outside of a few names like Harrison Bader or Cedric Mullins, there's not much in terms of proven everyday center field talent. Now, here's where Yankee fans are starting to speculate. What if this isn't just about Grisham? What if this is a prelude to something bigger? We've seen this front office make unexpected moves before, and the rumor mill is already spinning about possible trade targets. Could the Yankees be positioning themselves for a blockbuster deal? A name that keeps popping up is Luis Robert Jr. from the Chicago White Sox. Imagine pairing Robert's athleticism and bat with the rest of our lineup. It's the kind of move that would instantly electrify the fan base and signal that the Yankees are done waiting. They're going all in for a title run. But of course, that kind of trade would come at a steep cost, and the Yankees farm system might have to take a hit to make it happen. Still, it's a scenario worth watching as we move deeper into the offseason. As for Grisham himself, the debate among fans is already intense. Some believe paying $22 million for a single season of production is too risky, especially when his defensive numbers have started to slip. His speed, once one of his calling cards, isn't quite what it used to be. Metrics show that his range in center field has declined, and his reads off the bat aren't as sharp as before. It's possible that in the near future, he might need to shift to a corner outfield spot, which would reduce his overall value. On the other hand, there's the argument that you simply can't let that kind of bat walk away, especially after the offensive inconsistencies the Yankees have dealt with in recent years. Losing Grisham could reopen the same hole that plagued the team's lineup before his breakout year. So, while it might seem like a gamble, it's one that could pay off in a big way if he continues to produce. Another layer to this story is how this decision fits into the Yankees' overall payroll strategy. Between big contracts already on the books and potential free agent pursuits, there's not much room for error. The front office has to balance immediate needs with long-term planning. Overpaying for one season could limit flexibility in other areas, particularly with the bullpen needing reinforcements and the possibility of chasing another marquee bat on the market. But if Grisham accepts the offer, it buys the Yankees time. One more year to evaluate his performance. One more year to assess whether he's a long-term piece or a sell-high candidate in a trade. It's the kind of calculated risk that could look brilliant or disastrous, depending on how it plays out over the next few months. Fans are already buzzing about what this move says about the Yankees' mindset heading into 2026. After a roller coaster of a season, filled with both highs and frustrating lows, this feels like the first big domino to fall. It's the front office sending a clear message. They're not sitting idle. They're willing to spend, they're willing to take chances, and they're focused on keeping the core strong. Whether Grisham decides to stay or go, this decision sets the tone for what could be one of the most aggressive off-seasons we've seen in years. And you can bet that every other team in the league is paying attention to what's unfolding in the Bronx. So as the countdown to November 18th ticks away, all eyes are on Trent Grisham. Will he double down and stay loyal to the Pinstripes? Or will he test the waters and see just how much the market values his breakout year? Either way, it's going to be one of the most pivotal moments of the Yankees' offseason. The Bronx Bombers are playing a high-stakes game, and the outcome will shape their identity heading into 2026. One thing's for sure. When the Yankees make a move like this, it's never just about the money. It's about making a statement to the rest of Major League Baseball that the Empire is always ready to strike back. Now that we've covered the Trent Grisham saga, let's shift gears to another storyline that's got Yankees fans talking nonstop. This one involves a familiar name from the National League who might just be the next big thing in the Bronx. Word around the league is that Kyle Schwarber, the Philadelphia Phillies powerhouse slugger, could be on the Yankees' radar as they look to retool their lineup for the 2026 campaign. And honestly, the more you think about it, the more it makes sense. The Yankees have been searching for that perfect left-handed bat to balance their lineup, someone who brings both power and presence, and Schwarber fits that mold like a glove. He's proven time and time again that when the stakes are highest, he delivers. Just imagine it for a second. Schwarber in pinstripes, stepping up to the plate in Yankee Stadium with that short right field porch staring back at him. You can almost see the baseballs flying into the bleachers already. Schwarber's reputation as a postseason performer speaks for itself. From his days with the Cubs to his recent run with the Phillies, the guy has ice in his veins when October rolls around. He's that rare kind of player who thrives under pressure, and the Yankees have been missing that kind of fire in recent years. The reports say he's about to test free agency, and insiders believe the Yankees are one of the frontrunners to land him. The fit feels almost too perfect. The Yankees are coming off another season where inconsistency at the plate hurt them in key moments. They've got plenty of right-handed power with guys like Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton, but what they've been lacking is that big lefty bat to keep opposing pitchers honest. Schwarber could be exactly that, adding a new dimension to an already dangerous lineup. He's not just a home run hitter. He's a momentum changer, a guy who can shift the energy of a game with one swing. Of course, if Schwarber does come to the Bronx, the big question will be where he fits in defensively. The expectation is that he would serve primarily as the designated hitter, which immediately raises questions about Stanton's role moving forward. Stanton, when healthy, can still mash, but the Yankees have struggled to find a consistent way to keep him on the field. If Schwarber were to take over the bulk of the DH duties, it could signal a changing of the guard in how the lineup is constructed. That said, this is a problem most teams would love to have. Having too many power bats isn't exactly a bad issue, especially when you're chasing another championship. Bringing Schwarber aboard would send a loud message that the Yankees are done playing it safe. They're going all in to bring another World Series back to the Bronx. Now, while the possibility of adding Schwarber has fans buzzing, there's another area that's giving the front office a headache right now, and that's the bullpen. The Yankees' relief corps, which has been one of their biggest strengths over the past few seasons, is suddenly in a state of uncertainty. Three key arms, Tommy Connell, Caleb Ferguson, and Nick Ramirez, have all filed for free agency. That's a major blow, and it couldn't have come at a worse time. Last season, the bullpen stability was a big reason the team managed to stay competitive through rough stretches, and now that foundation is showing cracks. Losing one reliever is tough, but losing all three could be disastrous, and it leaves the Yankees scrambling for answers on how to rebuild their late-inning reliability. Tommy Connell's situation hits especially hard. He's been a steady presence, a guy fans have grown to love for both his passion and performance. Whenever the Yankees needed a big out late in games, Connell was usually the one they trusted to bridge the gap to the closer. His departure would leave not only a hole in the bullpen, but also a void in leadership. Then there's Caleb Ferguson, the lefty who showed flashes of potential, but never quite found the consistency the team hoped for. His strikeout stuff is there, but the command issues made him unpredictable. The front office now has to decide if he's worth bringing back on a new deal or if it's time to look elsewhere. And finally, Nick Ramirez, perhaps not the flashiest name, but a reliable left-handed specialist who quietly did his job, often in high-pressure situations. Losing him would take away a key matchup option that manager Aaron Boone relied on heavily throughout the year. Rebuilding the bullpen won't be easy, especially given how volatile the relief market can be. Quality arms are expensive, and there's never a guarantee they'll perform the same from year to year. The Yankees could try to re-sign Connell, but he's likely to draw plenty of attention from other teams looking for bullpen depth. They could take a chance on Ferguson returning on a short-term deal, hoping he finally clicks. Or they could completely start fresh, searching for new talent through trades or international signings. But every move they make will come down to one thing: budget. With big money decisions already in play for players like Trent Grisham and the potential pursuit of Schwarber, the front office will have to get creative to fill those bullpen spots without blowing past their financial limits. This is where Brian Cashman and his staff have to earn their paychecks. Balancing star power with depth has always been a challenge for the Yankees. They have the resources to chase marquee names, but every dollar spent has ripple effects across the roster. The bullpen, often overlooked until it fails, could end up being the difference between another playoff disappointment and a legitimate championship run. If the Yankees can find a way to secure one or two reliable relievers while still adding a bat like Schwarber's, they'd be setting themselves up for one of their most balanced rosters in years. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. New York is buzzing, and the baseball world can barely catch its breath. According to multiple whispers coming out of the Bronx, Mookie Betts, yes, that Mookie Betts, could be on his way to donning the iconic pinstripes. It sounds almost unthinkable, but the rumor mill has been spinning wildly over the past few days, suggesting that the Yankees are prepared to offer what might be the richest contract ever seen in Major League Baseball. While neither camp has confirmed anything publicly, insiders claim that high-level meetings have taken place between Betts representatives and Yankees executives. The figures being tossed around are astronomical. Some say north of $500 million, possibly even closer to $600 million if performance bonuses and long-term incentives are included. For perspective, that would blow past Shohei Ohtani's record-shattering deal, cementing Betts not only as a Yankee, but as the highest-paid player in baseball history. The idea alone has fans and analysts losing their minds. After years of tension and rivalry between the Yankees and Dodgers, the possibility of Betts switching coasts feels almost sacrilegious. But it also fits the Yankees' long-standing tradition of going big when everyone least expects it. One anonymous front office source was reportedly overheard saying, "If we're going to win, we're going to win with stars, and Mookie is as bright as they come." Betts, known for his charisma, leadership, and all-around brilliance on the field, could be the missing piece the Yankees have been searching for. With Aaron Judge already anchoring the lineup, The thought of a Judge Betts 1-2 punch is enough to send shivers down opposing pitcher spines. Social media has already erupted with mock-up images of Betts in Yankees gear, and fan forums are ablaze with speculation. Is this real, or just another off-season fantasy born in the fever dream of Yankees Nation? No one knows for sure, but if even half of these whispers hold weight, baseball could be on the verge of witnessing the biggest signing in its history. And once again, the Yankees might prove that in the empire of pinstripes, money is never the issue, only victory is. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.